So you guys want to know more about my stick, huh? Well, here it is. My stick. Here's my stick in all of its glory, right here. This is my custom diesel truck style shifter. It's a pretty long rod. I think it's a 3-inch into a 6-inch curved neochrome shifter linkage with a nice cob tuning little shifter knob on here. It's pretty ghetto. Doesn't really fit correctly. This thing's kind of loose here. The shifter boot used to just go right on this lip here when it was at normal height, but now it's a little bit extended. So, but it works. Definitely works. We're gonna take a trip to Walmart right now. I gotta pick up an oil filter. We already have the oil, but we're gonna do a little oil change on the Subi today. I just thought it'd be a good time to explain my shifter, and a lot of people were asking about it. So I'm gonna tell you all about it today. And there's not really that much to say about it. All it is a little extension and the shifter knob. But I'll show you the site that I got it from, and the links and all that I'll put in the description. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how this baby works and how good it shifts. It's pretty sloppy, like when you're holding it up here, it gets pretty sloppy. Sometimes you don't know what gear it's going in, but so far so good. I haven't screwed up anything. A lot of slop. Ah, what shitty timing. Signal turned red. I was gonna blast through the tunnel. Time to get this party started. After it cools down, of course. We're going to do an oil change on the Subaru today. We're also going to clean out the air filter, make sure everything's running smooth and she's operating at full potential. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I was just out. I could have easily stopped by, AutoZone or something, but I didn't. So I need to go back out and purchase some of the oil filter cleaner. This is the oil that you apply after the cleaning. Failure. Complete failure. But hey, I don't mind taking another ride in the Subi. Shifting my long shifter. Back on the road, here we go. Got a damn bottle that'll last me for like 5 years, but hey, it's okay. It's like 15 bucks, but it's gonna last forever, so I don't mind. Heck yeah, got a pretty good hefty supply of this stuff. Let's go put it to use. It's weird, sometimes my car, when I go from 3rd to 4th, it'll do a slight little grind. So say I'm in 3rd, kind of rev it out a little bit. I can't go straight into 4th, so I gotta push my clutch in twice, give my clutch 2 pumps, and then hold it in and then shift it. And somehow it works and there's no grinding. So I don't know what the cause of that is or why it's doing it, but it kind of concerns me. All I do is a double clutch, 1, 2, hold it in and then shift to 4th, and then that eliminates the grind. So why does that happen? Tell me more in the comments. Alrighty then, let's try this again. While I wait for my car to cool down, I'm gonna go on ahead and start cleaning the air filter. So that's what I'm gonna do right about now. Oh, I love when I set aside certain tools so I can access them easier. Meanwhile, I've been searching for the right size for about 2 minutes now. I outsmarted myself. Time to expose the filter. You're exposed. This filter should be pretty dusty and dirty and deserves a good cleaning. I'm also going to clean off my MAF sensor too while I'm in here. One-handed skills, one-handed skills, one-handed skills. Maneuver this out of here. Come out. It's kind of just a tight squeeze. Whoops. Just banged my MAF sensor. Ha ha ha. What a noob. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Almost forgot my headlamp. Woo, I can see. All kinds of bugs and debris in here. Oh, rest in peace, you little varmints. We're gonna get this air filter off and get it soaking. Get off of your hole. Get off of your housing, would ya? Try not to bend the air filter. Whoops, and try not to hit your camera. But I did both. I'm gonna give this a good spray, inside and out. Let it soak for about 10 minutes. Get all the dirt and loosened up and ready to rinse off. Cobb also has their own cleaner you can use. But I just use K&N because that's not a special order. That's just right down the street at AutoZone. Look at this stream of dirt water coming off there. The cleaner is doing its job. Look at all that gunk. Man, my car was struggling to breathe. She should be breathing easy after we clean this thing. Let the countdown begin. Remember, you want to spray from the inside out. Real light pressure, you don't want to screw up your filter. This is just your basic air filter cleaning method. We're going to give it one more soak just because I love my car too much. Of course, the wind's picking up, blowing debris all over my filter. Way to go, Mother Nature. Perfect place for it to dry. Time to check out the MAF sensor and see if we can clean that up a little bit. Got an Allen key. I'm not sure what size it is, but you know, it's your guess. This is a very expensive piece of electronic equipment, so I would be very cautious when handling. I really have no business even touching this because I'm pretty clumsy at times. So hopefully this isn't one of those times. But now let's pop this off carefully. Take a look at this bad girl. I always thought this was the MAF sensor here, but I believe that's your temperature sensor for your intake. The MAF sensor is actually down into this dark abyss over here, and it's kind of hard to see. Preferably you can get some MAF cleaner for this. I also read online you can use some brake cleaner. As long as it's non-chlorinated, you should be okay. I have used brake cleaner on this MAF sensor before, and I haven't had any issues, so I'm gonna try that again. I like to spray the brake cleaner up into the sensor. That way it'll come back down with gravity and it won't really soak in there. Just a couple little sprays up there. You don't want to get too crazy with it. It's kind of hard to see if you're cleaning it at all, but just, I guess, believe that you are doing something. That's pretty much all I do when I clean my MAF sensor. I'm sure there are other techniques as well, and I'm curious to find out if you guys do anything else on your own car. So let me know. I'm gonna throw the MAF sensor back on the housing here. We're gonna set this aside and go ahead and loosen up our drain plug for our oil and get that draining. Ow. Thankfully my car is still high enough where I don't have to jack it up in order to drain the oil. It's pretty convenient, but it does eliminate a lot of workspace. So I can struggle and do it without jacking it up, or I can jack it up and do it just fine. But yeah, I'm just gonna do it without jacking it up and maybe struggle a little bit, maybe spill a little bit more, but we're gonna get the job done either way. So let's get to it. We're gonna get our 17mm socket on here. Hopefully, like I said, you can not raise the car up and struggle, or you can raise the car up and do it no problem. But I'm just gonna struggle a little bit here. Some leverage. Leverage, baby. Whoopsie. There we go. Oh, those lowriders change their oil. They really gotta jack it up for this. Hopefully we don't spill. We normally always do. And go. All right. There's the blackness right there. All the blackness. We do have some leaking going on, I've noticed. Got some residue dripping down from the oil filter over there. And a little bit of debris there. That might be from my power steering pump leaking. I have a leak in one of the hoses, I believe. So there is quite a mess going on down here. One day I'll get that all squared away. I always like to take a good look at the oil drain plug here. See if there's any metal shavings or any buildup on here. Really can tell you if something's seriously wrong with your motor. And this is the aftermarket Greddy oil drain plug. It's got that large magnet on the end there. You can see that thing. So yeah, this thing is pretty cool. No deposits on the magnet, which is good, which is really good. I like how the Greddy drain plug also comes with this real thick washer. Eliminates you from having to buy a crush washer every time. So it's just reusable. pretty thick, no drips. We got some serious leaking going on around here. Some sticky stuff burnt on there. Let's see if I can get this oil filter loose. There's some residue on the filter itself as well. Well, that can't be good. That can't be good. I know that much about cars, that oil leaking out is never good. Alright. Thankfully I put it on not so tight. Put it on just right. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. I'm gonna put back my oil drain plug so I don't spill any more on the ground. Good thing for the magnet, or else I would have dropped it. This is a pretty strong magnet. This is one dinky little oil filter, but it's high efficiency, high capacity oil filter. 20,000 miles guaranteed, 1 year. Yeah, right, who goes a year without changing their oil? You gotta be a madman to do that. Oh, well, it's time to put on the new oil filter. You should dabble, do ya? That way you have a proper seat for the little gasket there. Am I recording? I'm recording. Get the right angle where it wants to screw on, and screw it on tight. You get it snug, and then do 1 or 2 half turns, and you should be good. Now the fun part is cleaning up all this old oil. Don't forget to give your drain bolt a good torque. Done. Good Rotella synthetic 5W40. At this point you want to make sure your oil drain plug is tightened up and back on the car, and as well as your oil filter, or else you'll be making one big mistake and you'll have oil all over the garage, and it'll be a one bad day for you. Our air filter's all nice and dry. We're gonna give it a quick coat of this oil here. Just make sure all the areas are coated with the red oil, and you should be good to go. Simple as that. All right, our filter's nice and dry. If you want, you can go on ahead and touch up any spots that you might have missed, but mine looks pretty good to me, so get this back on the car and give it a start up. Love when that happens. Once you have it where you want it, give it a good torque down. Looks good to me. Forget your MAF sensor, plug that baby back in. Nice and easy, back on the hose. One day I'm gonna replace this turbo inlet hose. It's still OEM and it's pretty flimsy. I think it's like $100 or something, maybe even more for a aftermarket intake hose. But that's gonna be for another video. That's definitely on the to-do list. Don't forget to polish this off nicely. Make sure it looks real nice and sexy. That'll do it. Good to go. We're gonna give her a test startup. Besides the belt squeak, there's another little noise that I need to figure out where it's coming from. There it is again. It's not a belt squeak. I'm thinking it's a pulley. Have you guys ever had that issue before? Let me know what it was. I really want to fix that noise. I could definitely use another half quart or so. It's added about another 3/4. We should be good now. Just on a test drive right now. We're heading to Hungry Bear Deli because I'm a hungry bear and I need some food. Well, I think we did everything correctly. MAF sensor doesn't seem to be screwed up. All the oil's in the car. I mean, the air filter's all cleaned up, and the car seems to be running okay. I always think my car's a little bit faster when I clean the air filter and change the oil. It's probably all in my head, but I swear it's just a wee bit faster, maybe because it breathes a little better. I'd say the little maintenance that we did today was a great success. We're gonna change the oil another 3,000 to 3,500 miles, and I know that's probably too soon, but I don't even care. I'm doing what I'm doing. Some people say you can go about 5,000 miles with the synthetic blend, and I believe that, but I also feel better changing it a little bit sooner than 5,000. I go about 3,500 and call it a day. Got the sub, got the chips, got a drink. Time to head home. I almost forgot to write down my mileage. Forgot to write down my mileage on this oil change. That would have been a big mistake if I went a week with driving the car. But anyways, I got 154,878 miles on the poor Subi. Will I make it to 160,000? 70, 80, 200,000? Do Subarus make it over 200,000 miles? I know it all depends on how you take care of your car and if you're all up to date with all the routine maintenance. I've been doing that ever since I bought the car at 80,000 miles. Maybe I have a good shot reaching it to 200, but I don't know. I'm not gonna hold my breath. Anyways, yep, I'm gonna go about 3,000 miles on this oil change, maybe 3,500 miles. I normally write down 3,000 miles. Just take a look at the oil and see what color it is. If it's super dark, super black, I'll change it right at 3,000. If it's a little bit transparent, you can see that it's not as dark as it normally would be. I'll let the car go for another, I don't know, 500 miles. But normally I do about 3,000 miles in between every oil change, so it's up to you, it's your preference. So I want to thank you guys for coming along. I did a little oil change, as you saw, changed the air filter, oil filter, and told you a little bit more about my my big stick and how you can get one as well. If you guys want to check out this shifter, go on ahead and give it a whirl. It's pretty fun. It's pretty hilarious, let me tell you. You look like one of them truck drivers out there, really having to heave through those gears. You can't keep it all generic all the time, you know, you gotta switch it up from time to time. Be a little different, you know, a little funny, a little whatever, just do you. I don't know, that's what I'm doing. So I guess that's gonna do this video. That's gonna do it. It's gonna do this video. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or for more videos. I always look away from the camera, and then when I'm gonna talk, I look at it. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna say? Okay, you go. All right, what am I gonna say? All right, go. Just like this. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I do have a slight little mod coming. Has to do with performance, as far as handling, performance and handling. So I will be sure to get started on that video, maybe tomorrow if I'm up for it. But we will see what I decide. Until then, we will see you on the next video. And you guys take it easy. And yeah, enjoy your life. I'll see you next time. See you guys. Thanks for watching. I already said that. I'm out.